the United States needs Europe today. First of all, our investment in Europe as a country are massive. It's the tightest, most significant economic partnership in the world is between European Union countries and the United States. Poland is a dynamic economy with a lot of American investment coming in here. There's a lot of opportunity there. So I would say sometimes politics can be bumpy, shall we say, and the Trump administration certainly is more aggressive in how it treats Europe. But I think beneath that, there is a tremendous amount of opportunity as Europe and Poland in particular grows and changes. So I think one thing I try and tell some of my European friends is to try to ignore some of the hot rhetoric out of Washington and focus on areas of building cooperation that are outside of Washington. I know that there are a lot of actions and activities that are going on in Washington that greatly upset and discomfort many Europeans, but there might be a bright side to that, which is that Europe works through how to build up its own defenses, how to reform its economies, and really become the economic and military powerhouse that it is. If you look at Poland, again, this country, its economy is one of the best in Europe. It has such an incredible workforce, talent pools, people starting companies, building, that I think maybe there is going to be some real upsides from all of this turbulence. But the reality is that we have to recognize that this relationship between the United States and Europe and Poland in particular is very strong and deep, and it will outlast and is deeper than any one presidency or any single person in Washington. Poland has always been what many in Washington would say is a model ally. It has always committed money and funding to its own defense and by extension to Europe's defense. Donald Rumsfeld, former Secretary of Defense years ago, said that Poland is the new Europe, and it still is the new Europe. And so I think that over time, Poland's role in its leadership is going to continue to grow. And because Poland is essentially a frontline state with Russia and Belarus, it is going to be the tip of the spear in terms of Europe's national security architecture. So from a Washington perspective, that relationship is important. It is deep and it is significant. Poland's economy is better than, say, its Western neighbor Germany's, but strength, a position of strength, economic strength, national security strength over the next 10 years will ensure that Europe is not a vassal state, as some have called it, to being a real partner. And that is how I think a much healthier relationship with which to have with Washington.